Welcome back, Rayweather gang. We're going audio only today, no face cam, but we're talking Madden 22 rumors, confirming and denying all of the
I will say I have not seen this before, so it's going to be a live reaction.
biggest Madden 22 rumors, so I know this will get you guys happy. Got some new information that's been kind of leaking around, so we're going to talk about all of that today. If you are new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with
it was gonna be weird to react without the face cam. I'm right now. I'm kind of trying to like
all
close
the latest Madden 22 news. It's going to be coming out any day now from EA Sports. Make sure you subscribe, turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of these important uploads when they go live. We're on the road to 350K, just hit 343K, so I appreciate all you guys. If you're new here and you want to be along for the ride in Madden 20, but we did get some new leaks kind of creeping around. I've been poking my head around. I'm talking to people who know somebody who knows somebody, and usually around this time of the year, we have a decent idea of what's real and what's fake in terms of all of the chatter about the next Madden game. I did a video just like this last year, confirming and denying, and about 80% of the stuff I went over was accurate. And keep in mind that nothing's 100% accurate because there are some things that truly only a few people at EA Sports knows. They're holding things
80% accuracy rate, which, you know, I give it a B minus. It's not 69, but
it's pretty close to the vest this year. They're being very quiet. I mean, we're almost midway through June and we have not really heard a peep yet, but we're
that is surprising that EA has been very like mum about this. Maybe they're just waiting for like the Battlefield hype to happen before they reveal Madden. That is a crazy-eyed shot.
Starting to get that information leaking out, which means it's almost time for them to start officially revealing stuff. Okay, so let's talk about the cover athlete really quickly, and then we're going to get into the more important things. So the initial rumor was Derrick Henry. Nothing really confirmed or denied that. It just kind of made sense. Then the rumor shifted to Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady both being on the cover, and this is how that happened. The EA CEO came out about a week ago and said they were doing something different, a little out of the ordinary with the cover. So already we knew Derrick Henry was out, but then Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes were spotted together doing some promotional stuff. There was an article, I believe they were down in Tampa Bay, so there was like an article in a newspaper or something of that sort that hit the internet, and they pretty much said they were under NDA. They couldn't really say what they were there for, so everybody kind of put two and two together and said, oh, that's the Madden cover. That's a little bit different. We were hearing that there were going to be two QBs on the cover, so all signs are now pointing to Brady and Mahomes being the official cover athletes. It has not been confirmed yet, but there's just too many things pointing to that, and I've heard that rumor myself from multiple people at this point, multiple people who I trust, so I think that's going to be the cover of Madden, so you can go ahead and jot that one down. We'll find out pretty soon if we're right on that one.
Dang, Rayweather's like confirming it. A Rayweather confirmation. So a lot of people don't know. Rayweather has got a lot of sources, we'll say, and he doesn't have a coin sponsor. So, you know, he has the ins with EA, and he's got like the, you know, I would say the good boy appeal. Rayweather is, you know, he's kind of the guy that'll slip into your pants, and you think you're doing the right thing, but in the end, you'll feel like, wow, did I actually want? Wait, that slick son of a gun.
Now, in terms of release dates, that is the next rumor. People are saying late August is the rumored release date. That has not been confirmed yet or denied. However, pretty much everything is pointing to that being true because you got to look at it. We're almost halfway through June and we haven't heard a peep about Madden.
Plus, Rookie Premiere is going for like another, like what, 25 days or something. So that'll take us like into July. And Rookie Premiere generally is done at least like, you know, a few weeks before the launch anyway. So yeah, it doesn't feel like it's coming out like July like it used to be. So late August makes sense to me.
Yet, and when you look at how EA has operated in the past, usually we start hearing some of the stuff about Madden around 2 months before the game comes out. So if the game was coming out the last week of August, which would be most likely about August 27th, we probably won't start hearing official things until maybe a week from now, because like they usually start putting out the first little bit of info, like the cover, the release date, maybe a couple early little big box features. They start putting that out almost just 2 months before the release of the game.
Well,
so
like the 15th.
It pretty much is confirmed that the game is going to release at the end of August at that point, which would be on par with what happened for Madden 21 as well. So expect a late August release. Now the beta, we already heard rumors before the other day that there was going to be yet another beta. We've had one for the past few years, so why wouldn't we have one again this year? I was hearing from multiple people that yes, they are planning a beta again this year. Well, just a few days ago, EA just kind of came out of nowhere and said, hey, sign up for this event right here.
I hope you guys got it. I forgot. They ran out within a few hours of like beta spots. So hopefully you guys get into it.
More info coming in the next few days. That means it was a beta sign up. I made a video on it. The beta registration is now full. I'm sure they're going to have a ton of beta codes that they're going to give away when the time comes. We don't know when the official date for that is. But again, that's another thing that kind of points to the late August release, because if the beta is not out yet, again, they need time to try to implement some of those changes and fix some of the bugs. And
now, to be fair, Eric, they did not implement many of the changes or fixes that we wanted them, that we give them feedback. If you go and take a look at last year's beta forums, a lot of the issues that we identified in the beta showed up and were there on the launch of the game, were there for quite a while. So while it is true you'd want some time, at the point it feels like more like a demo, because they don't actually change anything. They're just kind of like, hey, here's the game.
Listen to our feedback from the beta to make changes. So if the beta is not out yet, again, that's pointing to the late August release. But we do know for sure a beta is coming, because anytime EA does this out of nowhere, hey, go sign up here for a special event around this time of year, it's always been a beta sign up. They just don't tell you that that's officially what it is. You're just going to get an email whenever the beta drops and you'll be able to play it. So that is definitely coming soon, hopefully within the next.
Hopefully I can find that email between all my penis shrinking emails, because I got such a big one.
Next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for more info on that. Today's video is sponsored by Manscaped, the premium brand for men or technology. Plus free shipping when comment.
Didn't he say there's no face cam in this video?
22 Madden 22. Now this is crazy, because this was one of the biggest rumors for Madden 21. It was something they wanted to do for Madden 21. We're seeing more and more games implemented. Not a lot of sports games are doing it right now. I do believe MLB The Show did it this year. If you guys play MLB The Show, you could let me know how that's working out. I've definitely heard
it's laggy. I turned it off.
Heard that there's been a lot of server issues this year.
And in general, MLB The Show has had awful servers this year. It's just flat out, even not cross-playing. There's you know, you disconnected a lot, but we're talking about Madden here.
I don't know if that has anything to do with crossplay or just the
Rocket League has crossplay, and that's kind of a sports game. There's a lot like Apex that EA has crossplay, so EA has it, sports games have it. Hopefully Madden will get it sometime.
The fact that they have, you know, all of the Xbox users on the game now as well. But I do believe MLB The Show has crossplay. But you got to look at EA and, you know, 2K. They're all kind of trying to rush to get that crossplay out next as well. That's something that's just becoming a standard, or will become a standard soon.
Yep.
So you know that they're trying to get that out. It was a big rumor for Madden 21. They didn't wind up getting it in. Well, now here we are back this year, and it's a rumor. And as of a few weeks ago, or maybe I'll say a few months ago, it still sounded like that was in play for this year. The latest rumor I'm hearing from multiple people, again, I only like to speak on things when I've heard it from multiple people who I trust, who usually are kind of in the know. It doesn't sound like crossplay is happening this year.
Son of a bitch. God damn. Freaking. No, not going to swear. Since the baby's here, we don't want to teach him bad manners, but holy
year for Madden. It sounds like now they're kind of looking to Madden 23 to implement it. Now, I don't know. I don't know how hard something like crossplay is to implement. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's technology, but as long as they don't crossplay into PC, please do not match this up with PC players. They have like so many glitches that have not been released yet because nobody plays on that platform. Please, just Xbox and PlayStation. Do not bring in the PC players. We don't need a rehash of Warzone.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad if the market cross-played. That I would be okay with.
Logistics of it, but I do know that Madden servers, or just EA servers in general, have seemed to get worse over the past few years, and introducing crossplay, I can only imagine, would be a huge problem.
No, I will say 21 servers were much better than 20 servers, at least at like the peak times. Like in 20, they couldn't do blitz events, right? We only got one blitz event. The entire game was shut down. In 21, we got a bunch of blitz events because they could actually handle it. And I think servers were good in 17, 18. They kind of took a dookie in 19 and 20. And 21, I think, has been a step up. But I might have my years screwed up there. I didn't think 21 servers were bad. Maybe you guys can tell me otherwise. Obviously, there's still disconnects. The disconnect glitch was bad early in the year, but they've kind of gotten better at that. They I don't want to say they fixed it, but I haven't seen nearly as many disconnects. Right? I put videos out on it, and they fixed it. It looked like the disconnect glitch. So shout out to them.
The next rumor, franchise mode is getting big changes this year. Now, this one isn't like as much of a rumor because we've heard EA openly speak about this multiple times, but just because EA speaks about something doesn't always mean it comes true.
Eric's calling them filthy fucking liars. You goddamn cowards at EA. How dare you keep lying to us?
A couple of years ago in an article, EA said that they were making a recommitment to franchise mode, and then Madden 21 came out and there were literally no changes to franchise mode. So just because they say something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come true. However, after the fixed Madden franchise backlash last year and the .2 user score on Metacritic, just tons of people lashing out at the game, that kind of put a different fire under them, I believe, because they're just never...
I mean, how sad is that? How sad is it that it took us to trend a hashtag, to like just review bomb, to do all that thing, to get them to look at a franchise? And yeah, we saw like their creative director come out. He had like the coaches, the coach carousel or whatever behind him. So they talk about it, but it is kind of sucked that it, you know, really took a lot of the community kind of like really like we've been talking about this for years, and it took like an overflowing amount of hate to get them to finally look at it. It does suck, but I guess better late than never.
Never had backlash to that degree. They came out and said that they were working on so many things for Madden 22, that these were the big features that they were going to try to get into the game. And then they even did a video not that long ago. Sean Grady put out another video saying like, yes, you know, we're still committed, kind of trying to reassure everybody that Madden 22 is excited for what they're doing for franchise. And even in that video, he leaked the coaching and staff management changes that were on a screen behind him. Yeah. Now, of course, it was just a screen. We didn't really see how in-depth the feature was or if it was in-depth at all, but we did see that there was something being worked on there. And of course they did that on purpose, kind of to throw that out there of like, hey, we're working on it. Like, we're not going to outright say what we're working on, but here's like a little glimpse behind us that there is work being done, which is nice to see, because in years past we just haven't seen that. So the rumor is that franchise mode is getting big changes, and that is pretty much confirmed. Everything I'm hearing, in fact, is that
as long as EA isn't filthy liars.
Franchise mode is the part of the game that's changing the most this year. Now, in terms of what's actually...
Ooh, that's a pretty big deal. Franchise mode is the mode that's changing the most this year. I guess I'll believe it when I see it, but that's kind of a big statement coming from Rayweather.
Going to be in the game. There's definitely some rumors. We know coaching and staff management's coming because they leaked that themselves. Scouting improvements is another thing I've been hearing about. And this is what EA said themselves when they did a blog about a year ago after the fixed Madden franchise backlash. They said that, hey, these are what we're looking to do for Madden 22. These are the things we're looking to improve or add to the game. And they mentioned coaching and staff management, scouting improvements, new scenario engine enhancements, team chemistry systems, and some other things like that.
Like if they don't have a scenario engine, if something that comes in and be like, hey, your wide receiver shot himself in the leg, what are you going to do? Like, it's just not realistic. Send it back, right? What they should do is really go back and look at that one, what was that one ESPN show that the NFL canceled? And just take their plot lines and then put it into their game. Boom, easy solve. Look how easy this is.
So the two biggest things on that list were definitely coaching and staff management and scouting improvements, two areas that people have been asking about a lot. So I would definitely expect that for Madden 22, but franchise mode definitely is getting love this year more than they have maybe, you know, since we've been off the PlayStation 2. So I do think that's going to get a lot of people excited. Look for that in Madden 22. The next rumor, Create a Team is returning. Now this one I've been back and forth about. I haven't heard anything concrete on this, but I'm going to say that this rumor is denied, and I'm going to tell you why. Because part of the reason Create a Team isn't in the game, it partially has to do with the NFL. I do believe EA could put it in the game if they wanted to, but the NFL is definitely very picky about current teams in the game being edited to be different. I don't think they mind so.
You guys do know that one story about, you know, the reason they took out like create a uniform, create a stuff because they didn't want to see, and they, in their words, the Raiders in a pink uniform. And you guys know that a few years later, when the NFL realized that they could make money off women, they're like, oh, breast cancer awareness, let's put everybody in pink. It's a bunch of hypocrites. I mean, the NFL is awful with this stuff. It is awful.
So much the creation of new teams, but they don't want the current teams edited or having like their colors and logos changed up and stuff like that. So I know that's definitely kind of a gray area there. However, EA came out and said in that same blog post last year when they talked about the things they were looking to do for Madden 22, they mentioned more content, and one of the first things they talked about when they mentioned more content for Madden 22's franchise mode, they said relocation and branding assets for franchise, new uniforms, names, and logos to relocation options for more variety and depth in deeper careers. So to me, what that says is the full-on creative team that people would love to have back in the game, that's not coming, because they probably would have said that here. And all of the rumors that I've heard have said, no, you know, creative team is still not in the game. You know, maybe one day, but it's still not there.
Maybe when they get like create a stadium, right? They could create a stadium, create a team, because like you don't have to modify current uniforms to create a team, right? You design your own. Like with the show, you can design your own. You can add your own stuff, and people could share it in like a vault. So like, I don't know. It seems like a lame excuse, but it's probably something they couldn't get done in a year.
However, there should be more relocation options and assets, meaning again, uniforms, names, and logos, because we know the relocation teams, I don't think they've changed in 8-9 years, however long that feature's been in the game. They've been the same locations, same teams, same uniforms. So they're definitely revamping that a little bit. They're going to be more options. How many more options? I mean, that, who knows? Hopefully it's a substantial amount of options and not just like 3 to 5 new options, because that really wouldn't do much for people. But create a team doesn't look like it's returning. However, there should be some more creativity with creation and relocation in franchise mode. The next rumor, face of the franchise is done. Now, a lot of people seem to think this is happening.
I guess I should watch, but right off the bat, face of the franchise, sadly, I want it to die. I wanted to die so hard. I wanted to die in a fire. I want it to go away. I think it's awful for Madden. Now, I think the yard is the future. If you can work in some sort of single player into the yard, that'd be better off if you shifted the face of the franchise team to do more like the 2K stuff. But like face of the franchise itself, big waste of resources. But the problem with that is the guy who came into EA as the face of the franchise, dude, he ended up getting promoted, right? He's promoted. He's like one of the leader of Madden, or one of the top guys in Madden right now. So it's his baby, right? It's what got him the job. And then he replaced, I think, Rex Dixon at that spot. And like, do you think the guy who's in charge is going to get rid of his baby? Yeah, okay.
Happening because we have seen.
I hope he does, though. I really hope he throws that baby out with the bathwater.
EA will put something in the game for a couple of years and take it out. They market it. They feel like, okay, it's run its course. We take it out. That's what they did with Long Shot. We see them do that with other things. Fate of the franchise is not done. That is not true. However, will the name be changing? That I don't know. But you're still going to have that same type of experience. In fact, I've definitely heard rumors that they're trying to change that mode, make it closer to the old Superstar mode. Not exactly like Superstar mode was, and I don't even think they're going to call it Superstar mode.
Why wouldn't they just work it into freaking yard?
Oh, they may still call it face of the franchise, but the mode itself isn't done, but you could see some changes. You could see it kind of revert back to that classic style that people wanted more. That's what a rumor, has been for a while. That in itself isn't confirmed, but the career mode aspect of the game is still going to be present in Madden 22. The next rumor, abilities are done, and kind of going back to
Omega lol. Omega lol. Do we even want to watch this? No, I'm just gonna skip this part. Abilities aren't going anywhere. There, I'm done with that. What else? Rumor. Ooh, next gen. I want to see this one.
Discontinue the current gen versions of the next gen is going to be a lot of changes that they're probably going to look to make with it. But anyway, to get back to the main point, next gen is going to be a different experience. It's going to feel different. It's going to.
God damn it.
Route running I thought was good, though. It was more realistic how they ran routes. They didn't version, the on the next gen version. Not a whole lot more, but more than we had on the current gen version. The player movement was the biggest difference. The entire player movement was so much different than current gen. It was less robotic. It was definitely kind of sluggish and a little bit too slow. People didn't like it. The route running I thought was good, though. It was more realistic how they ran routes. They didn't run them like a perfect line. They kind of rounded and smoothed their routes out like real NFL players do. So the movement on next gen, definitely a lot of potential there, but it just definitely didn't go over well in year one. I think there's a lot of changes that they're probably going to look to make with it. But anyway, to get back to the main point, next gen is going to be a different experience. It's going to feel different. It's going to play different. It's going to have some features that current gen simply doesn't have. And it's going to probably be like that over the next couple of years until everybody eventually shifts all the way to next gen and then they discontinue the current gen versions of the game. The next rumor that kind of goes along with this is next gen getting all the focus. That's what people are saying. This one is denied. That's definitely not true. Both versions of the game are going to get a lot of focus. Current gen.
I wonder what competitive is going to be on next year. Probably current gen, because it's still hard to get a next gen console.
By default has to get a lot of focus just off the simple fact that there's so many people that don't even have next gen consoles yet, and EA knows that. All these game companies know that. We're kind of in an unprecedented time where the next gen consoles have never been this difficult for people to get, so they can't just neglect current gen, because that's where the large amount of their player base is going to be. That's where a large amount of the money to be made as a company is going to be. So they have to put a lot of focus on current gen. Yes, next gen is going going to have some different things just because it does have more power. There's more opportunities to do different things there. But both versions of the game are definitely getting a lot of attention, so you don't have to worry about that. They're not done with current gen yet, not by
I wonder if they're going to do dual entitlement again or not. Are they going to give it to us both on both consoles, or you have to buy one specific and you won't get it on the other console?
a long shot. That's it for today's video. Again,
All right,
within the
GG.
next...
Overall, interesting. The cover athlete thing is like the one thing he's like confirming. There's a couple other things I kind of gave our thoughts on. What do you guys think? What are you guys hoping for Madden 22? Did you like the video? Did you like me reacting to videos? If you did, please thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Let me know why. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.